Just had some 11-year-old literally ask me if I would pop a titty for the boys.
Listen, as a former 11-year-old, whoever the fucking legend is that popped that question, that was a canon moment. That's going to be remembered in that friend group for the rest of eternity. So you don't even know the community service that you just did by existing for that moment to happen.
Mother of God, I thought. Here it comes.
A few moments later.
Just found this pack of Jamaican purple haze in the snow. My wife's gonna fucking kill me if I take this.
Bumbo clat! My soul done exit my body, my brother. Fuck my wife, yeah, I'm married to the purple ears now, you see it?
I'm not gonna lie, there's this strong smell of shawarma coming from you.
Ah, shut up, bruv. You smell like my nan's ashes.
Bumbo clat!
You know, I take a shit every morning at 7 a.m. Sharp.
Yeah? So what's the problem?
I wake up at 8.
Seu cagão de merda.
Good evening, you ready to order?
Give me 1 minute. I'm a picky eater.
Yeah, you picky. You picky everything. That's your problem.
Is it stressful working on BMWs?
Not at all.
How old are you?
29.
Yo, can I get a venti brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso, sub almond, because oat's been hitting weird?
Would you like a tampon with that, you little bitch? Okay. Before we finalize the adoption, I do have to ask, you're not planning on, eating him, right?
Grandpa, what's dark humor?
You see that guy over there with no arms? Go tell him to clap.
But Grandpa, I'm blind.
Exactly.
Do you know the best thing about 25-year-olds?
No, what? There's 20 of them.
You don't have to go to hell. You're in hell. This is hell. This is hell. This is hell.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Then strangled them, and finally dismembered their bodies.
Bright.
Then do
available.
And homelessness and all that. And now, the voice you've been waiting for.
There is a secret song at the center of the world, and its sound is like razors through flesh. I'm here to turn up the volume.
My wife is retarded. Yeah, pal. My wife is retarded!
When I woke up Wednesday morning and turned on Good Morning America, they were doing multiple reports on Taylor Swift getting engaged. And I'm thinking, holy fuck, am I gonna have to hear about this all day? Is this gonna be the big story? Well, little did I know that the big story of the day was actually unfolding as I was thinking that. And as soon as I heard the news that there was a shooting at a Catholic school, I mean, come on, we were all thinking it. Was anybody really surprised when you found out who did it?
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
I know some people pretended to be surprised. But while that wasn't a surprise, this event did end up being chock full of surprises.
Can I get... Jesus, what happened to your face?
Off the bat, I thought, fucking Minnesota, and now I'm gonna have to see Tampon Timmy's goddamn face plastered everywhere. You know, Mr. I've become friends with school shooters.
So I've become friends with school shooters. I've seen it. Look, the NRA, I was an NRA guy for a long time.
But very weirdly, at least for the first few days, I hardly saw him anywhere getting interviewed on the news. You'd think he'd want to squeeze this for every drop. But it's also kind of weird. You remember the day of the No Kings protest when those Dem lawmakers got shot? And the guy ended up being a former employee of Walt's? And then the guy said that he was doing that shit at the direction of Tim Walz, and then the story completely went away, and all of a sudden there was no manifesto. You remember that?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
It was also pretty surprising how quickly they lost the grip on the narrative in this case. The name of the shooter was all over the fucking place for hours and hours before the news would report on it. And his name got out there so fast that people were able to go and download the kid's content before it got scrubbed. Maybe they were gonna pretend like there was no manifesto. Maybe they were just gonna selectively drip shit out to craft the narrative they want through lying by omission. And this might have been the biggest surprise to me of all. The people gently trying to remind us who the real victims in all of this are. Yes, the Jews.
In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
Of course, he was so overcome with anti-Semitic rage that he killed a bunch of Catholics. And if they had been able to selectively and only release the pictures, him writing 6 million wasn't enough and burn Israel and Israel must fall, then that narrative, while still nonsensical, would have been a lot easier to push. But unfortunately for the shitbag spin masters, everybody got to see all the other things he had written on his shit, which was a buffet of fucking rage pointed in every possible direction, it seems. I mean, he also had Nuke India, and for some reason, almost nobody's even mentioning that. I mean, it's all kinds of crazy shit, praising different other shooters and attempted shooters, like this one however the fuck you say it. A crazy little shit from my neck of the woods that flew out to do a shooting at Columbine on the 20th anniversary. And that story's a little weird and murky about how somehow she flew out there, bought a shotgun and ammo, and then yada yada yada, gets found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound at a trailhead. Don't worry about the yada yada yada, nobody seems to know. From what I hear, a lot of the Russian stuff was some gamer nerd shit. And I actually had to look this one up. The Baruch Kassad is apparently some kind of Lord of the Rings mega nerd shit that means axes of the dwarves. And he also had the name of Vicky Weaver, which if you don't know, she was the one at Ruby Ridge that got shot in the head by an FBI sniper while she was holding a baby. And I guess the suck on this could be a reference to what Robert De Niro said right before he shot Harvey Keitel in Taxi Driver. And you know how I think they wanted to spin this? They were probably only gonna mention the Israel shit.
The assailant appears to have been attracted to far-right ideology, including apparent signs of racism and anti-Semitism.
And the fact that he had the name of Donald Trump on his weapon.
23-year-old Robin Westman was able to leave what police called a video manifesto that they're now going through to try and establish motive. We've also been going through it and can tell you there are crude diagrams of the church. There are also photos of the weapons, and they include all sorts of writings, the names of past mass shooters, criticism of Israel, the name of President Trump.
This is what I mean when I say lying by omission. By omitting the fact that it didn't just have his name, it said to kill him, it leaves a completely different implication and takeaway from people that are hearing it. And after seeing that first interview with the mayor of Minneapolis in the immediate aftermath, I wasn't surprised to see him everywhere, doing the rounds on all the news shows and basically not shutting the fuck up. And I shouldn't be, but I was a little bit surprised at just how much of a fucking retard he turned out to be.
Reality is that we have more guns in America than we have people.
That's a good thing.
The reality is that we have these assault rifles that can reel off 30 clips in conjunction with a magazine before the person even needs to reload.
There's your quote. You can reel off 30 clips in conjunction with a magazine. Clearly, this guy knows what he's talking about, huh? Trust the experts. Of course, I don't think anybody was surprised when it boiled down to the contrived dichotomy of gun control or mental health. But I was a little surprised, and again, I probably shouldn't have been. But hearing Trey Gowdy say that, oh, yeah, these shootings are all white males.
Our system is reactive. Something bad happens, we react to it. And what people are crying for now is how can we prevent this? How can we stop it? And the only way to stop it is to identify the shooter ahead of time or keep the weapons out of their hands. And so we're going to have a conversation of freedom versus protecting children. I mean, how many school shootings does it take before we're going to have a conversation about keeping firearms out, it's always a young white male, almost always.
We need to have a discussion, of freedom versus protecting our children.
Absolutely fucking not.
I know he's a blue blood bucking scumbag swamp creature, but this is just a whole nother level. And I also found it funny that all of a sudden it's okay to misgender somebody. They keep referring to him as a white male. And many of the people doing it cried bloody murder and wanted people arrested for misgendering people, but somehow now all of a sudden it's fine. If it helps further the white male or the problem agenda, and I reiterate, probably the only silver lining to this dark fucking cloud of a story is how they've completely lost the ability to control the narrative here. And most normies out there have no idea just how many of these recent school shooters have been part of this particular group that represents such a very small segment of the population. Another one of those patterns that we're just supposed to not notice. Because anyone pushing the crazy suggestion that this community might have a little bit of a problem with violent tendencies.
How dare you!
This is actually the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota. Subtle. Very subtle. And yet another thing I found to be surprising is that right off the bat they mentioned that the mother of the shooter had worked at school until 2021. In the first couple of days it was being reported multiple places that the Minneapolis been able to get in contact. Then all of a sudden on Saturday, they said, oh yeah, we talked to her, it's fine. And this was also the first time I heard anyone on the news mention the existence of the shooter's father. I had been under the impression he was some kind of test tube baby. Or, maybe he died or left and was never a part of the kid's life. Or maybe he spent decades working for a company that contracted to the CIA.
Busted.
So of course this leads to a lot of speculation that there's some kind of MK Ultra shit going on. Because all too often these coincidences happen. How often is it that there's ties to and or some kind of psychiatric program? Take the Batman shooter in Colorado, for example. He was this brilliant kid who had a scholarship to this elite neuroscience program and then just suddenly dropped out of it weeks before the shooting. And a lot of fingers get pointed back to people involved with the MK Ultra project. Like the Jolyon West guy. He was on record declassified involved in the MK Ultra program. And for some reason, people seem to think that the little bit of these programs that got declassified is all there was, and that they totally stopped doing any kind of shit like that because, oh, that's right, nobody got in trouble. There's lots of others like MK Naomi and Monarch, and probably a bunch of others that nobody knows the fucking names of. And this psychiatrist who happened to be with the CIA MK Ultra project was the one who interviewed Jack Ruby and diagnosed him with acute psychosis when the other doctors examined him and said he was fine, as well as him running a clinic that was on record CIA funded, where on record Charles Manson's family went to seek treatment. Oh, but these are all just coincidences. Now, am I saying that that's what was going on in this case and that this kid was some kind of brainwashed assassin?
Yes, but no. But yes.
Truth is, I don't know. Maybe not. But I will say this. We really need to stop getting into the controlled parameters that normally frame the debate around situations like this. When people want to have the discussion about mental health, they want to frame it as, oh, we need more of that. We need more access. And when you ask the question, were these kids already receiving mental health treatment and or medication? Oh, well, because of HIPAA. Yes, we can't violate the privacy of somebody who just committed mass murder. That changes. Go fuck yourself. Long maintained that this is the common thread that everybody wants to turn a blind eye to. And I'm not the only one. Lots of other people have also noticed this. Time there's a heinous shooting.
No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
They want us to be completely unarmed and help people in Europe. Ed Nugent said what you just had going on over in the UK. 12-year-old and 4-year-old Scottish girls feel like they have to argue with a knife and a hatchet for having unspeakable things done to them by asylum seekers.
That's it. Show the knife. Show the knife. That's it.
Cops come, you know what happens?
Right to jail.
Yep, they arrest not the grown-ass man that's following her around. These asylum seekers breaks into your house and you tune up. What happens then?
Right away.
You post mean things on social media that hurt somebody's feelings.
Also jail.
If you even so much as like or retweet an offensive meme.
Believe it or not, jail. Right away.
And it's not just the UK having these problems. Which all of Western Europe is. The shit, they had that lady in Germany that complained about the convicted rapist of a 15-year-old not getting any jail time. Happened to her?
Right to jail.
Yeah, she had to spend the weekend in jail for complaining that the convicted rapist didn't have to even spend the weekend in jail. And what's crazy is, for all that crazy, stupid shit going on with the UK government, even they had the common fucking sense to ban gender-affirming care for children under 18. Somehow they got that one right when we can't. But we are definitely not going down their path of disarmament, with the level of delusional shit that's been thrown out there lately. And I mean above and beyond the delusion of simply, oh, gender isn't a real thing, it's made up.
And you know what? There's going to be a lot more of that coming up. You know, especially at these religious areas, you know. Hey, we've had enough of your kind coming after public schools, right? It's about time. Yeah, churches and Catholic schools and religious schools, it's about time they get their turn. That's what I think. I'm just going to sit back and watch people do it. And I'm going to fucking laugh. I'm laughing about yesterday. You guys want to laugh about us? We're going to laugh about you.
Dude, I mean, delusional. Beyond just the of the numbers here, there's a lot of these people out there that are really acting like they want to go to the mattresses against the Christians. I mean, think about it like this. In order to be able to disguise himself, all a Christian would have to do is put on some kind of fucking rainbow shit, and boom, he's hiding in plain sight. But if you've got a jawline like Buzz Lightyear and a pair of jugs, how are you gonna hide that? I mean, I'm just saying, I think I could do a hell of a lot to be a dandy than this guy could at pretending to be masculine. And you know, just thinking out loud here, the strongest move to exacerbate social tensions, some type of retaliatory attack. All of a sudden somebody shoots up one of these drag show events. So as far as I'm aware of, that amazingly hasn't happened. Bet your ass if it does now. The details surrounding it are undoubtedly going to be sketchy. Launcha.
All I have in this world is my thoughts and my words, and I don't break them for no one. You understand? So say good night to the bad guy. 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 Come on. Come on. now.